The Essential Education Projector range from Hitachi sponsors ICT programs.
How can teachers make the most of the interactive whiteboard to stimulate children's learning in literacy? We look at 3 teachers who use 3 original story starts with their classes to help them achieve their learning objectives. A further 4 story starts are available on the Teachers TV website. Simon Botton, Deputy Head at Crossways Junior School in Thornbury, is using vivid description to establish a story setting with his Year 6 class. His colleague, Kerry Wotton, teaches her Year 3 scene setting, while Andy Bowman from Bailey's Court Primary is working with his Year 1 on exploring character. Andy had begun by showing the opening of the clip and exploring the scene setting with the whole group.
OK, I'm going to pause it there. I just want your ideas about where we might be at the moment.
Forest of Dean.
Why do you think we're in the Forest of Dean?
Because it's got squirrels.
Can you see some squirrels, can you?
I can hear some.
You can hear them, good.
It might be a forest or something, like a wood or something.
Wow.
Andy wants to get the children thinking about character, so after showing them the whole clip again, he initially gets them to work in pairs to talk about who they think they may have found in the forest.
Might be a scarecrow to scare the crows away. Big hat? Yeah, big. A giant. No, it's a short. A big body. Yeah. And a big head. Yeah.
Sharing class thinking, Andy captures the children's ideas on paper.
So, who wants to start us off?
A scarecrow.
A scarecrow. What would the scarecrow look like? Can you describe him to me?
It has claws.
Claws? OK, so a big scarecrow. Would he look a bit like that? And what's he got on his... What sort of face has he got? Has he got a big face or a small face?
Big.
A big face, like that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's quite scary to me. And has he got a hat on?
Yeah.
What sort of hat is he wearing?
A red hat.
Inspired by the video, the children have created their own characters.
Purple hat.
It's so big.
A big statue?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a way of exploring the characters in more depth, Andy gets the class to think about what questions they might ask their characters.
Maybe it could be like a wooden man with clothes on, and it's a Roman.
That also, you think it could be a Roman. So what questions might you ask this Roman if you found him?
Where do you live?
That's a brilliant question. Well done. You live.
What do you like?
What do you like? That's another great question. Thank you. That's a really good way of finding out about somebody, isn't it? Asking them what they like and what they don't like.
In the next part of the lesson, Andy wants to get the children to think about what it would be like to be the character. So he introduces a woodland creature to help him.
Where did you come from?
England.
That's very interesting. One of the reasons I used the puppet was so that the children weren't on show. They could experience answering questions in character without feeling that they were being watched, because they were all in the same boat. And they were talking to a puppet, so it took away that idea of I'm talking to the teacher, so I've got to get it right.
Where do you live? What do you like doing here in wood?
In the final part of the lesson, Andy uses drama to get the children using language and actions to create character.
What do you like Where do you live? In the woods. What do you eat? Nuts. I got some nuts.
At Crossways Junior School, Kerry teaches her Year 3 class. Using a different video clip, she's looking at atmosphere and scene setting. She begins by playing the whole clip through.
OK, and with your talk partner, I want you to decide which of these words do you think best describe the atmosphere in the video?
Maybe a bit scary. Maybe scary should go on the yellow one. One in the middle. Not the middle, like the yellow. Scary. It wouldn't be scary. Would you think it would be dangerous? Dangerous, sad. Yellow. Calm and gentle. Yeah. Peaceful. Yeah.
The children are asked to move the words they feel describe the clip well to the centre of the target board.
So Cameron, why did you put scary in the centre? What made you think it's scary?
Yeah, because it's like tells you what, and like it tells you what it is like.
In the next part of the lesson, Kerry uses questions to explore the setting further.
Where is the story set?
Beach.
At the beach. Good girl. Who's going to be in it?
I think it was the person who was saying hello. I think it should be a pirate or something, because that boy on the cliff looks like he's wearing a pirate uniform. There was a shipwreck, and that's the captain trying to see if anyone's still alive.
It's really interesting. So let's get ready to have another look. Hello? I like to let them watch the whole video clip and then go back and focus on the different parts that we want to look at in more detail. That tends to work really well with the children. Why do you think they've done a close-up on the footprint? Why could that be a really important part of your story?
No, the person who's on the cliff, that might be like him or the person who's shouting help. He might be a captain like Jack said, and that might be some of his crew's footprints.
It's a really interesting idea.
Kerry starts to focus the children's ideas on the beginning of their story.
Why are they on the beach?
Because maybe their friend's gone to play on the beach, and maybe somebody took them away. There was a shipwreck, and he ran away from a fire. And his name's Jack, and he's a boy, and he's an adult, and he's 21.
Weaving together the final part of the opening elements, Kerry explores the scene setting further.
We're going to see if we can write in lots and lots of different ideas that we would use when we do the scene setting for our story. The children find it really easy to talk about the scene, thinking about what they can see, what they can hear, what the weather's like. So it's really nice you cover all those aspects through a video clip without the children having to do too much reading or too much work, which they would with the text. Who would like to share their sentence with us?
It was a cold day on a freezing beach with the waves crashing against the beach.
So it was a cold day on a freezing beach. So the atmosphere they're creating, for me already, feels quite lonely, quite tense.
As I was standing on the grassy rocks, I saw footprints on the beach.
Fantastic.
After whole classwork and sharing ideas, the children focus on how they would write their opening scene.
Standing on the edge. How do I edge? I don't know. The waves crashing on the cliff.
Kerry ends the lesson by getting some of the class to read out their opening sentence.
Standing on the top of the cliff, I heard the waves crashing on the rocks. Simon, Simon, where are you? On the top of the cliff, I stood and looked over at the other side. I heard the seagulls squawking.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. The amazing thing about using a video clip is the children are immediately engaged. They want to take part in what you're doing. And it means that everybody can access the material. You haven't got children who are struggling with the reading. They are all able to see what's going on and to hear what's going on.
Finally, Simon Botton is using his video clip to look at the use of vivid description to establish a story setting.
We're going to try and create a place that doesn't exist, but it's going to appear on paper. We're going to use metaphor, simile and personification. Does anyone know what personification means?
Like when the wind is howling or the wind is talking or something. So you're saying something's doing something like a human.
By the time children reach year 6, they're expected to write quite elaborate narrative structures, using characters in quite a subtle way and developing quite complex plots.
Just one more little thing, and then we'll have a nice cup of tea.
How can you describe, is it one bracelet? Are they all matching? What can you tell me about them?
An assortment of shiny, chunky bracelets. Magnificent bracelets.
Magnificent bracelets. How could I describe how they were hanging?
It could be dangling.
Dangling. Dangling like what?
Dangling like icicles, maybe.
Dangling like icicles, that's lovely. How does it feel being in that shop?
Creepy?
Creepy. Why does it feel creepy?
Because it's like you can hear strange noises. Like it's mystical stuff.
Mystical. OK. I want you to think about how you're feeling in this shop.
A bit scared.
How would you know you were scared?
You could be getting a bit clammy and sweaty.
You could be like clenching your fists. Feeling like you were under a hypnotic spell.
OK, we're just going to carry on.
I'm over here, in the window.
What does that mean?
I'm telling you, come to me. So I'm like all frustrated and.
It is. It's something slightly frustrated there, isn't there? Something quite. Oh.
It wasn't exactly like a creature. It was some sort of ghost or something.
This isn't something normal, is it? How are you going to describe that voice?
The children start to focus on writing the opening of their story.
It's a good one here. We've got, suddenly I heard a soft voice coming from the rusty small box. It was telling me to go there, but I dare not. OK, but you still go, don't you? Whilst I was shaking with nerves and aching arms, I walked towards the box. I didn't know what would happen next. Oh, yes. Before we watch the last bit of our introduction, who would like to read us their whole piece of description they've created in the last hour? You've done really, really well.
Suddenly, I heard a soft voice taking me into a different world, scaring me into shreds, telling me to look in the window and look into a little box that was covered in dust. How does it know my name? Why me? I knew I shouldn't have come into this shop. I got closer and closer. I couldn't help myself. The box was rusty and old and was looking at me like an ancient message.
Oh, good stuff. Right, I want to finish off just seeing where this story would go.
Come on, Elizabeth. The lid.
And that's really where we leave it, and where your story begins. And that could go off in a whole heap of different directions, couldn't it? Where could that take you?
To another planet.
Onto another planet.
A plane of non-existence.
Brilliant.
In this programme, we've looked at the use of just 3 of the 7 story starts suitable for use with Year 1 to 6 pupils. They're all available on the Teachers TV website. They offer a variety of settings, characters and storylines to help teachers get the most out of using the interactive whiteboard to teach literacy.
Essential education projectors from Hitachi sponsor ICT programs.